Animix is an annual Israeli festival dedicated to animation. In its 13 years, it has become internationally renowned, along with the growing global attention to Israeli animation. This year, the festival deals with the memory of the Holocaust. How this colorful cinematic tool portrays such a dark time in history? i24 News culture correspondent Shachar Peled found the answer.
It's a happy bar mitzvah for Animix, the international animation, comics and caricature festival, celebrating its 13th edition in Tel Aviv. But this time, the organizers decided to focus on the delicate and tragic subject of the Holocaust.
I thought it was a good subject, and at the same time it was very dangerous, because how to speak about the unspeakable, and how to be in my place, because I am a non-Jew. So I try to find a point of view very much more universal.
Animator Alain has worked on his animated film Book of the Dead for 5 years, inspired by the thick Nazi register of names of those sent to death camps. For decades, animation mostly backed off depicting the Holocaust, apart from American cartoonist Art Spiegelman, whose graphic novel Mouse used postmodern techniques in the early 90s to describe the Holocaust horrors. Most animators have avoided dealing with the off-putting subject. This has changed in the last few years as the grandchildren and great-grandchildren of survivors try to face a time which generations before them refused to deal with.
Nusha is actually a short animation, a documentary animation, all about my grandmother's survival story from the Holocaust.
By illustrating the memory, second and third generation of Holocaust survivors are able to tackle the subject and find a unique way to express their emotions. This demands sensitivity as well as courage, especially when the filmmaker is an outsider who decides to take an experimental and exceptional step to create a fiction feature.
It's completely imaginated, it's like a dream, well, bad dream, a nightmare. It's my vision of what it can be, or what the horror can be, and the suffering can be, and what the nightmare can be.
In the camp, I found my grandmother.
In the animation world, the boundaries are endless and a diverse spectrum of films can be created. What is usually considered colorful and fun can become a deep reflection on serious issues.
Usually when you see films about the Holocaust, they're black and white, they're very sad, they're very heavy, and a lot of people don't really want to see them. And with animation, with the puppets, we use the stop-motion animation technique. It's very more childish, and you can really connect to the puppets and to the characters, and it's much easier to see and to understand the story through the animation.
This is the first time the festival provides a platform to a workshop dedicated to the way animation deals with the Holocaust. It presents a new depiction that speaks where words and images haven't been able to for over 70 years.
This is just one aspect of this eventful festival, and joining us now to expand on other parts of Animix is Dorit Maya Gur. Hello, Dorit.
Hello.
Thanks for coming. You're an illustrator, a comic book artist, and the creator of the first, or not the first, but a major Jewish superhero, Falafel Man.
That's
Am I
true.
right?
That's true.
All right. What are Falafel Man's superpowers?
Well, Falafel Man is kind of an ordinary guy. He's a big belly guy, heavyweight, red hair, freckles, and every time he throws a fist, there's a falafel ball flying at your face with hot oil.
Does he change oil every day?
He produces the oil from his body. The main thing was to create something that would be lovable, because the stereotype about Israeli superheroes is macho, with like beard and Uzi spraying all over. I wanted to basically break this stereotype and make something very lovable and round, and it doesn't kill. It just basically hurts you. He uses his mind and his heart to overcome his obstacles, and the brain, the Jewish brain, just make sure the kids understand what is bravery and what it is to be a real hero in Israel.
Right. And so we saw this story about Animix, and the festival has been going on for 13 years. What can you tell us about what's going to happen in this year's festival?
Well, it's very diverse. I mean, it's one part. I mean, the Holocaust. Every time you say Israel, it's automatically connected to the Holocaust. but it's very, very important topic. And the thing is that comics and cartoons and animation, they all have something in common. You tell a story.
Right.
It could be a love story, it could be a drama, it could be a humoristic one, but it's easier to chew. Now,
how diverse is the industry in Israel? Because in films and in other art forms, we see that art coming from Israel tends to deal with, let's say, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.
That's true.
When it comes to comics and animation, do we have more diversity?
Of course. This medium holds a variety of genres. You have drama, you have historical, you have humoristic features for kids. It's really a wide range, and you can see everything. You go into a movie blockbuster or whatever, and you want to watch a specific genre in the movies. The comic book industry and the cartoon industry and the animation industry in Israel basically have all the supply.
You think it offers it all. And then it's still, but we're not totally able to be as successful outside of Israel in this field. I mean, in the last few years, other than Ari Folman's films that comes to mind, I can't think of many other things that have become successful.
First of all, I disagree. Everything that is made in Israel and it's carefully learned and planned turns to be a success. From my point of view, in the comic book industry, have artists that won the Eisner Award, which is like the best graphic novel,
right.
Rutu Mudan, and we
right.
have Asaf Chanukah. It was basically published in every single language that you can possibly think of, and it was very successful. Also, Falafel Man is very known in the States. And we have a movie that is recently announced about a group of Jewish superheroes from the comic book industry in Israel that is going to come out next summer, and I think it's going to be huge. We're very small. We don't have 200 years of legacy making movies or comics. We basically were born in the 48.
Right.
So the pace that we are taking is very, very, very fast. And we're learning very fast, and we're becoming very good. So I'm very optimistic about the future. I'm very optimistic.
Dorit Mayagur, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.